All right, everybody. There is a member on the Chevy 1.5 ton G506 Facebook page that needs a bit of help, so we're going to make a video right now. And for everybody else who needs it. So this is my 1942. You guys have seen many videos on this. What Tim needs are the measurements for this wood stringer right here. Now, I have to make a point. First off, I got these dimensions from a friend near where I live here. And this notch here is incorrect. The notch should start at the end of the frame. Let me get in a little closer. It should start right where my right index finger is. And then another key point is these mounting points here are supposed to have a carriage bolt go from underneath all the way to the top. Sorry, I just banged my taillight bracket. So some of these trucks had solid stringers. I've seen more trucks with a laminated stringer. So first off, we're going to go over to the 41, which has an all steel bed with a combination of steel stringers and a wood pad. And we can see that this truck has never been apart yet. I don't know if I will take it apart or not. We can see that the wood stringer, the pad, goes all the way to the end of the frame here. Okay? So we're going to measure the steel stringer, and it looks like it's just about 5 7/8 of an inch tall. And then the wood pad under here is 2 inches. Now I'm going to have to set the camera down and take a length measurement, and it's going to be a little tricky here because I'm by myself. I may not be able to do it because these mounting bolts pretty much are in the way. So I'll be right back. Okay, so the best I can come up with, see, and this tape measure is old and it keeps falling. So the best I can come up with for measurements from the front of the stringer to the end of the frame is 59 inches. Let's go see about the 42. All right, guys, so we're back at the 42. I measured out the wood stringer for the 42 in the width, and it's what I have is 57 3/4. So what I would suggest in length is that you buy a 60-inch piece of wood. Let me grab the tape measure and we'll measure the thickness and the height. All right. So the thickness is, let's see if I can get the camera there, 2.5. I know it's upside down, but you guys are going to have to use your kidneys. Pretty much the same distance or the same width as the frame rail, 2.5. Now I'm thinking that it's too tall. at 7 inches. But my buddy that let me measure his, that's what he had. So what I did was I set the stringer on the frame, and I took a 4-pound sledge and a piece of 1/8 inch plywood, and I banged the top of the stringer down on all the rivets to mark out where they go. And then I got specific, and I measured from the end of the frame rail and measured forward where all the rivets are. Sorry about that. And then I just took a speed bore that was the same width as the head of each rivet and recessed a little dugout in the bottom of the stringer. So that made it super easy to do. Okay, so working with what I had, again, as far as the wood is concerned, I just had to do a bunch of guesswork and use my best decision making, and I was trying to figure out where all the mounting holes are in the cross members, and then evenly divide up the width of this lumber to properly fit in between each skid strip. So I had the lumber company mill 2 pieces at 7 1/4, 2 pieces at 9. I should actually call them lengths. 2 lengths at 8 1/4, 2 lengths at 6 1/2, and 1 length at 5 1/2 wide. And then this is the very center one, so now we're going to go back out, continuing to the right, 6 3/8, 6 3/8, okay, 8 1/4, and 8 1/4. Nine 1/4. I'm just double checking here, and 9 1/4. Now I got to do this one upside down, so remember to put your kidneys in gear. 7 3/8. And now we're going to go back to the very end one, which is 7 3/8. The length, I gotta set the camera down for this. Let's see if we can see. Yeah, that'll show perfectly. So the length of the planks are all 108 inches. All of them. 9 feet, 108. I can't show you the thickness because I'm not taking. Let's go back. I cannot show you the thickness because I cannot remove the end cap here. But the wood is true 5/4, as the carpenters call it, 1 1/4 inches thick. So this is what I did. I'm sure that other guys that have composite beds will comment in, and I welcome that, because, you know, again, for the third time I'm saying, I had to work with what I had, and it turned out really nice. It looks good. I have to restain it. That's okay. I got a good pressure washer that'll get all the dirt out. That I didn't know about when I did stain this 3 years ago. I didn't know about teak oil, and that is what's on this wood, is teak oil. By the way, what you're looking at is probably 300 or 400 year old oak. These troop seats were in a barn, like I said, up north of me, and they were covered with Air Force blue, olive drab, primer, olive drab, and then a wood preservative that was the color purple. And I stripped them down with a belt sander, and there are videos on my site of me doing that too. Very, very lucky to have been able to find these World War II stanchions and the wood. So you can see that the wood on the headboard is definitely brighter and doesn't have as much weathering to it, but that's okay. We got to do what we got to do. Oh, and by the way, buy your wood soon, because I went with white oak on that headboard, and it was close to $550. And anyway, so yeah, when I restain, got to just wait for the weather to stabilize a little bit more into constant sunshine instead of you know, super humid weather. But that's what we get in Western Washington. Yeah, as soon as we get a little bit more sun, I'm going to pressure wash the deck in here, and I'm kind of happy that the first time I sealed this wood with boiled linseed oil, it turned black because it really weathered the wood and made it look old. So I'm gonna edit this video, put it up online, and hopefully you guys can work out what you got going on with your Chevys. Happy to help. Good luck, Tim. We'll be in touch. Thanks for watching my video.